The UFC just signed two names that could completely shake up the featherweight division. One's a loud, knockout-hungry Liverpudlian who fights like every round owes him money. The other's a double champ from Europe who calls himself the Black Panther and swears he's here to make featherweight great again. Luke Riley, Losene Keita. Two different storms, both about to collide with the UFC at the exact same time. So today, we're breaking down who these guys really are, how they fight, the matchups that could make them stars, and why the featherweight division just got a whole lot more dangerous. Let's start in Liverpool, England, a city with a fight scene that feels like it was built in a pub, tested on the cobblestones, and exported straight into the Oktagon. From Next Generation MMA, the same gym that gave us Paddy Pimblett and Molly McCann, we now get Luke Riley. Riley's 26, undefeated at 11-0, and 8 of those wins by knockout. Not submissions, not decisions, flat out violence. What makes Riley different is his mentality. While a lot of prospects talk about climbing slowly, getting experience, building into the UFC, Riley said it himself in September. Mate, I'd fight anyone in the UFC featherweight division right now and win. I'm not here for a 9-to-5, I'm here to fight. That's not marketing spin, that's Liverpool swagger. And if you've watched his Cage Warriors run, you know he's not bluffing. His last 5 fights came against guys with records like 10-3, 5-0, 17-11, 6-2, and 9-2. These weren't cans. These were solid opposition, and Riley turned them all into highlight clips. He fights like a man trying to collect back rent. Every punch has bad intentions, and when he smells blood, he doesn't reset. He detonates. Now, let's talk style. Riley is primarily a striker, an aggressive one. His background is rooted in Muay Thai, and you can see it. Sharp elbows, nasty knees, combinations that don't just aim to score, they aim to end the night. Strengths, pressure-heavy boxing with knockout power, relentless pace in the opening rounds, killer instinct once he sees an opponent wobbled. Weaknesses, his ground game is largely untested at the highest level. He's a fast starter, which sometimes means a gas tank question if fights drag late. Defense in the pocket, he trusts his chin more than he should. That style makes him exciting, but it also means his UFC debut is going to matter big. Match him with a grappler, and we'll find out if he can wrestle. Match him with a striker, and we might just get knockout of the night. Now, you can't talk Riley without talking Paddy. Because Paddy Pimblett is more than a teammate, he's a megaphone. The moment Riley signed, Pimblett jumped online, long time coming. That's an endorsement, that's hype.
Every fight he's in is pay-per-view fights.
And for a young fighter, hype means bookings. Next Generation MMA is becoming a factory, and Riley might just be the most violent graduate yet. Where Paddy brings personality, Riley brings power. Together, they could turn Liverpool into the UFC's loudest pipeline. And you know the UFC loves a hometown story. Imagine Riley fighting at UFC London. You'll hear the crowd from Dublin. You all heard me singing this man's praises a few weeks ago. I'll link the video if you missed it. Losene Black Panther Keita is not your average prospect. He's 27, he's 16-1. That lone loss was from an injury, and he's already been a double champion in Oktagon MMA, holding the featherweight and lightweight belts at the same time. That doesn't happen by accident. Keita's path started in Guinea, then Belgium. He wasn't polished early, he was raw, street fights, survival, scraps. But once he got into MMA, he became a problem. By 2023, he was crushing names in Oktagon, guys like Ivan Buchinger, a legend who fought Conor McGregor back in Cage Warriors. Keita didn't just beat him, he finished him in the first round. And while he's been stacking wins, he's been stacking highlights too. Out of 16 victories, 10 are knockouts. No submissions, no grinding decisions. This man lives on striking. If Riley is chaos, Keita is calculation. His striking is lightning fast. He throws with intent, but he doesn't waste motion. Everything's tight, compact, and sharp. Strengths: elite hand speed, especially in counters, KO power that carries in both divisions, championship composure. He's already fought 5-rounders and defended belts. Weaknesses: no real submission threat, hasn't faced elite-level wrestling yet. Showmanship can sometimes make him take risks. The man also knows how to sell a fight. His walkouts are theatrical. His interviews are quotable, and he's been clear. I already slapped everybody in Europe. Now it's time to make featherweight great again.
For me, the next move is, to be honest with you, Europe. I really slap everybody in Europe, and
that's a marketing line and a mission statement, and the UFC is eating it up. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Keita's UFC debut is booked for September 6th, 2025 at UFC Paris. His opponent, Patricio Pitbull Freire. Pitbull's a legend, a man with 45 professional fights, the most decorated fighter in Bellator history, a former champ in 2 weight classes. He just picked up his first UFC win against Dan Ige, proving he could still hang at the top level.
Get to the top. Oh! Look at that!
This is not a warm welcome. This is a trial by fire. If Keita wins, he instantly jumps into featherweight relevance. A knockout over Pitbull in Paris would make him a top 10 conversation overnight. If he loses, he still gets respect, because fighting Pitbull in your debut is like stepping into a storm willingly. Personally, I would have loved to see Pitbull fight on the Rio card, but nevertheless, this is a good setup for Keita. Okay, back to Riley. Who should Riley fight first? The UFC's got options. Dan Ige, the scrappy veteran test, perfect to see if Riley belongs. Movsar Evloev, the wrestler's nightmare, would test Riley's ground defense. Mike Trizano, winnable but dangerous, could give Riley a highlight KO. Another hungry prospect, build Riley up with fireworks before feeding him ranked opposition. If the UFC plays it smart, they'll give Riley a striking battle in his debut. Let the man showcase his violence. A viral knockout is how you build a fan base. Featherweight has been searching for its next wave of stars. Max Holloway is still incredible, but he's not young anymore. Volkanovski has carried the division, but time's undefeated. Ilia Topuria is the new champion, and he's got swagger, but he needs rivals. He needs killers chasing him. That's where Riley and Keita come in. They're not here to fill space. They're here to hunt. And when you put knockout artists into a division built on speed and volume, you don't just get fights, you get classics. What makes this story beautiful is how different they are. Riley's the raw chaos, a street fighter with gloves on. You throw him into a fight and he'll give you carnage, win or lose. Keita's the polished assassin. He's already tasted gold in Europe. He's already walked out to arenas where the lights are blinding. There are 2 storms forming on different sides of the ocean, but eventually they'll crash into the same coastline. And when they do, we're going to find out who the next real contender is. The UFC just got 2 knockout machines. Luke Riley, Liverpool's wild son, walking in with swagger and chaos. Losene Keita, Europe's Black Panther, bringing precision and star power, both entering at the same time, both looking to take heads off, both with the potential to make featherweight and lightweight the hottest divisions in the UFC again. And if you blink, you're gonna miss their rise. I'm Reggie Cross, and this is Behind the Lines. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that subscribe, and remember, hype fades, legacy don't. Peace.
745